Yeah, hi guys. Thanks for joining the session and welcome to TungaBadraNetworks once again. And welcome to Palo Alto Networks next generation firewall engineer codes. Okay, so this is a demo session which will be exclusive on Palo Alto firewall. Okay, so let me introduce myself. My name is Karthik, and I have 7+ years of experience in this networking domain, including 4 years of experience as an Palo Alto tech engineer. Okay, so now in these codes, okay, so in these codes we are providing industrial training with real-time projects, which we are going to do a labs on EVNG tool, and also we will be also having an real devices, hardware devices in each and every branch offices. Okay, where we have branch offices in Hyderabad, Kurnool, Bangalore, and Vizag. Okay, and you can go ahead once you complete these codes, and once you enroll the codes, you will go ahead and wherever wherever instance whichever branch office is near to your location, so you can go ahead and practice on the real devices, okay, whatever we are teaching here. So basically, before proceeding with the firewalls, so do anyone have prior experience on this firewall, or do you have any prior experience on the security? Anyone?
Yeah, I have experience in cyber art.
CyberArk, okay.
Yeah, cyber.
Okay, any other?
Yeah, basic knowledge of Fortinet.
Fortinet, yeah, okay, good.
Yeah, hi sir. I have experience in Palo Alto and
Mm-hmm.
FortiGate.
Yeah, okay, that's very nice. Okay, most of you are not most of you, or very few are know about the firewalls and security, right? So basically, why we need firewalls? Okay, so what is security first, and why we need firewalls in the security, and later we'll go with why we are going with Palo Alto. Okay, so basically, security, okay, is an is a process where you are going to protect your network as well as protect your data which are going over the internet. Okay, for that purpose we need a devices. Just a minute guys, just 1 minute. Hello, hello. ఎందుకన్నా opposite building second floor வரலாம். இல்ல இல்ல ஒரு லேடிஸ் இருக்கா வீட்ல, செகண்ட் ஃப்ளோர் வரலாம். Okay, sorry, I'm back here. Okay, so basically why we are using firewalls in security, and okay, so why? Because in order to protect our network, okay, in order to secure our network, and in order to protect our network from malicious attacks or any uh, attackers that are attacking our network, we are going to use an firewalls. Okay, like other networking device, firewall is also a device which will going to sit in between your private network and public network. Okay, so let's assume this is okay, this PC which is connected to the firewall, this is your private network. Okay, and this is the internet where you are going to reach the internet. Whenever you are going to reach the internet, so let's suppose you are accessing the Facebook from here, from the web browser, you are accessing the Facebook. So whenever you are accessing something from the web browser, there may be multiple viruses or malwares are available in the websites, right? So in order to if there is no firewall in between, and if there is no antivirus installed in your laptop, there will be a chance of introducing the malwares. There may be a chance of introducing a virus into your network. So to avoid all those things, we need a firewall in between. Okay, so basically firewall will sit in between your private network and public network, and then it will going to monitor your all your traffic going in and out. Okay, inbound and outbound directions. So how firewall is going to monitor? So here in the firewall, we are going to create some policies. We are going to create some applications to what are the things that you want to allow. And we are going to not only the applications, we are going to do everything which is required and which needs to be allowed in your network and which needs to be blocked to your network. Okay, so basically firewall is used in your network to monitor and control all your incoming and outgoing traffic by using and rules. Okay, so we are going to create a rules in the firewalls in order to direct the firewall what type of applications needs to be allowed, what type of traffic needs to be allowed, and who are the users needs to be access your network. All those things will be going to do on the firewalls. Okay, so these firewalls may be a hardware firewall or maybe a software firewall. In the firewall both will exist. Okay, hardware firewall will exist where you can place these firewalls in your data centers, connect to the like how you are connecting routers and switches. This firewall will also connect at edge of your network, and then you can configure everything whatever you want. Okay, and in the same way you can also having an software firewalls where you are going to deploy in the VMwares or any of the clouds like Oracle cloud, Google cloud, Azure, AWS. You can install, you can deploy these software firewalls in the clouds as well. Okay, so before actually we will be having in multiple vendors in these firewalls. So how you will be having routers in Cisco routers, Juniper routers, Dell routers will be Nokia routers will be there, right? In the same way in the firewall also there will be a multiple vendors like Cisco ASA firewalls, FortiGate, Palo Alto, checkpoints, Sophos will be there. Okay, Juniper SRX will be there. All are the firewall vendors where they are going to manufacture these firewalls and they are going to support. Okay, and why we are going with an only a Palo Alto? Okay, why not other firewall means? So the first and foremost thing that you can see in the firewalls is an these Palo Alto firewalls are next generation firewalls. Okay, we have very few next generation firewalls in the market. In that, one is in Palo Alto, other one is in FortiGate. Okay, so here in Palo Alto, this Palo Alto is a next generation firewall. What is next generation firewall? Means before going to a next generation firewall, you want to know about the traditional firewalls. Okay, so traditional firewalls. So if you know about traditional firewalls, you can easily understand the next generation firewall. Okay, so first we can go with traditional firewalls. So here in traditional firewalls, you can manage your network only up to L3. Okay, so L3 means network layer. Okay, your network if you are using traditional firewalls, your network will safe secure up to L3. Okay, L3 means which will be comes with IP address. Okay, and which will be also L4, which will be using an ports. Okay, so till layer 3 and layer 4, these traditional firewalls will able to manage. But in real time, in nowadays most of the people are working on applications. Okay, any application, like if you are accessing Facebook or if you are accessing Instagram, if you are accessing any other application, that whatever the things that you are going to access from the browser, those are comes under the application layer, right? So which is called L7. Okay, whenever the L7 traffic hits on these traditional firewalls, so these traditional firewall will not support. These traditional firewalls will support only up to L3 to L4. Okay, but whenever L7 traffic hit the traditional firewalls, it will not support. It does not know how to manage this traffic. So that's the reason to to come out of this situation, they have invented, and the Palo Alto has came up with next generation firewall. Okay, these firewalls, Palo Alto firewalls has a next generation firewall capability where it is going to provide security till layer 7. Okay, so these firewalls will provide security based on IP address, based upon ports, and as well as based upon the applications as well. Not only the applications, these next generation firewalls will provide security based upon the user information as well. So if something, okay, whenever you are joining any new company, you are getting a laptop, right? So in order to log into your laptop, they will be providing some usernames, right? Username and password. Those based upon those usernames also, these next generation firewalls will able to, okay, allow the traffic, and what are the traffic that you know that you are going to allow, or whatever the applications that you want to access, they are going to decide based upon the user IDs as well. Okay, not only not only layer 7, and the firewalls are going to support up to layer 7, and also it is going to provide security based upon user information. These next generation firewalls will also call, okay, will also support stateful. Okay, this next generation firewall will also called as stateful firewalls. Okay, so stateful firewalls, in sense, these next generation firewalls will, okay, will be capable of managing the sessions. Okay, so manage the sessions. So these traditional firewalls will not, okay, these traditional firewalls will not have any session. Okay, we, this traditional firewall will be calling as a stateless session, because these traditional firewalls don't manage sessions. So for every traffic it needs the policy. Okay, for every traffic you need to configure ACL. So if you want to send the traffic from your machine to the internet, you need policy. And whenever the return traffic comes, right, so let's suppose you are pinging from 10.10.10.1 to 8.8. So if this traffic has to be sent out to internet, you need an ACL configured on the router, and return packet, okay, the ping reply packet will be coming from the server, right? That server, okay, if the reply is also want to be allow from the firewall, so you need to create one more policy. So for every session, okay, for every packet, okay, the traditional firewall will treat it as a separate session. Okay, for that we need to create separate policies for every session. And okay, but here in the stateful firewalls, we no need to create separate policies for both forwarding traffic and return traffic. We can create only one policy for forwarding. And once the policies, okay, once you created an policy or rule you have created, and that will, okay, that will create a session in the okay, that will create a session in the firewall. Okay, that will be calling as in stateful firewall. Okay, so by creating a sessions, it will allow both incoming and outgoing, means it will allow both forwarding traffic and return traffic. Okay, it will allow both ICMP request packet, and based upon the session it will also allow the ICMP reply packet. We need only one policy to allow both, okay, both direction traffic. So that's a stateful firewall. Okay, next generation firewalls will also the stateful firewall. Not only that, this next generation firewall will be, okay, having an advanced threat intelligence. Okay, we will be calling as an advanced threat intelligence, where it is going to detect threats. Okay, if any threats are available in your website or application, it is also going to, okay, detect malwares. Okay, and it is going to detect, okay, viruses. Okay, and it is also going to detect vulnerabilities. Okay, so vulnerabilities, so these are the advanced features that are available. Okay, which will be calling as an advanced threat intelligence. This advanced threat intelligence is going to, okay, detects any threats, malwares, viruses, vulnerabilities. Okay, so but the traditional firewall lack these. Okay, the traditional firewalls lack these applications or these functionalities when compared with the next generation firewall. Okay, so and apart from that, the Palo Alto firewall will additionally going to support IDS, okay, and IPS, okay. So IDS is an intrusion detection system, IPS is an intrusion prevention systems, okay. So whatever we have discussed here, advanced threat intelligence, where it is going to identify threats, malwares, viruses and vulnerabilities, okay. So based upon the IDS and IPS, how firewall will behave, okay. So firewall, okay, if your firewall configured as an IDS, okay, if your Palo Alto firewall is configured as an IDS, what it is going to do means, IDS in the name itself, we will be having intrusion detection system, okay. So detection system means it is going to detect if any of the threats, malwares, viruses or vulnerabilities are having in your network or in your website. It is going to detect, okay. So it is going to detect and alert the administrator, okay. It is not going to block anything. So IDS is the functionality of the firewall where it is going to detect and alert the system, detect the, okay, it will going to detect the threats and it is going to alert the administrator by some alerts generated over the mail, okay. But whenever you configured Palo Alto firewall as an IPS, not only, okay, it is going to detect, okay, it is going to detect and it is going to block, okay, it is going to block all the threats, malwares, viruses and vulnerabilities if there is any, okay, identified in your network, okay. So this is a prevention system which is going to detect and block. This is a detection system which is going to detect and alert the administrator, okay. So this is how the Palo Alto firewall act as a next generation firewall, and it is going to support, okay, it is going to provide all these features, okay, where other firewalls don't have these additional features, okay. So basically Palo Alto firewall is a next generation firewall, not traditional firewall, okay. And also Palo Alto firewall is a stateful firewall where it going to manage the sessions, okay. And also it have an advanced threat intelligence where it is going to detect malwares, threats, viruses and vulnerabilities before traffic enters your network, okay, so that your network will be free from any threats, okay, any malwares, any vulnerabilities, okay. And third functionality that we have in the Palo Alto is centralized management system, okay. So here in the centralized management system, so we are using a separate device called Panorama, where we are connecting the firewalls to the Panorama and manage from the single location. So let's suppose if we have an so if you have multiple firewalls, let's suppose you have an company and you have multiple branch offices, okay, you have branch office in Hyderabad, Bangalore, Chennai, okay, you have a 3 branch offices and you are managing all these firewalls by, okay, singly, okay, by standalone firewalls. You are logging into each and every firewall and you are managing firewall, you are going to configure. But we have a centralized management system called Panorama where you can connect each and every firewall to this system and you can manage all the firewall, okay. If any configuration needed on these firewalls, you can just configure here and push to the device, okay. So it is just something like, okay, I think you are well aware of VTP, right? So what is a VTP that you are using in the switching? Do anyone know about VTP protocol?
Yeah, VLAN tracking protocol. If we configure and everything in that, and we can push all to environment devices.
Right. So here in the VTP you will be having one server switch and rest are all client switches, right? So whatever you want to configure, you will do it on the server switch, and that server switch will send config to the client switches. In the same way, in Palo Alto we will be calling this as a centralized management system called an Panorama, where you are connecting all firewalls to the Panorama. And if you want any config, if you want any policy here, or if you want to configure any interfaces here, if you want to configure something, any configuration, okay, if you want to configure some routes here, you can just configure here and you push to the devices, okay. So that your configuration will be having, okay, having in the centralized management device, where you are going to log into this single device and you are going to manage every other firewalls which are having, okay, in your different locations, okay. So that is a purpose of centralized management base, which is providing by the Palo Alto. And next one is an enterprise grade performance. Okay, so before going to an enterprise grade performance, I want to show you the models and that we have in the Palo Alto. Okay, so as we discussed before, Palo Alto has, okay, both software and hardware. Okay, so the hardware firewalls we will be start calling and starting with an PA series. Okay, we'll be calling as an PA series firewalls, where it is going to start the models from PA 220 and PA 400 series firewalls, PA 3200 and PA 5200. We'll also having the PA 800 series firewalls. Okay, so next we will be having an PA 7000 series firewalls and PA 1400 series firewalls. Okay, why we will be having these many models? Can't one model can manage your entire network? Means no. Okay, so this depends on the enterprise size and also the, okay, that the number of sessions or, okay, number of users that are available in your network. Okay, so if your company is a small company, okay, if your company is a small company with less than 50 members, okay, so if your company is a small company with less than 50 members, your network has less traffic, right? So if your network has less traffic, and if you are going to buy a large firewalls, okay, if you are going to buy a large firewalls, that is no use, right? Use in sense, this firewalls will provide security to your network, but there will be an cost management is also necessary whenever you are owning the company. Okay, so whenever you are buying these firewalls, these are like, okay, some crores of rupees, but your company is a small company with a budget, okay, with a budget of low budget. In that situation, if you are going to buy high end firewalls, there is no use, right? The low end firewalls will also provide same security with low cost. So based upon your company size and based upon the traffic that is available in your network, you have to purchase the firewalls. That is the reason we have multiple models. That is called an enterprise grade performance, where you are going to purchase based upon your enterprise size and the traffic, okay, that you have in your network. So basically this PA 220 and 400 series firewalls, okay, will manage on branch offices or small offices which will be having, okay, less than 50 members. Okay, these are very much suitable if all firewalls will provide same level of security, but they will support less number of traffic and less number of, okay, less number of sessions that is flowing over the flowing over your network. Okay, so now, okay, your company is a small company and you have purchased a PA 220 or PA 400 series firewalls. Okay, now you over the years, your company has grown now, and you have, okay, employees got increased, and your company is now a medium scale, okay, medium scale company with less, okay, 5000 users, so sorry, 500 users. So then you can go with, if your company is a medium size, and if you want to, okay, this Palo Alto firewalls is not going to manage all your traffic at a time. So now you are going to upgrade your firewall from PA 220 or 400 to PA 800 series firewall. Okay, these PA 800 series firewalls will manage your traffic up to, okay, this many number of users. Okay, if you have 500 users, so there will be a, like, okay, multiple sessions will be for one user. If you open ping, that is one session. If you open HTTPS, that is one session. If you open, okay, any SSH session, that is one session, right? So for one user, at least you will be opening, okay, based upon your usage, one user may open 10 to 15 sessions in a, okay, at a time. Okay, so if 500 users open 10 to 15 sessions at a time, it will be a more, right? So this PA 220 firewall will not capable of handling that much of sessions and that much of traffic, where PA 800 series firewalls are capable of, okay, handling those sessions. Okay, so you have to upgrade to 800 series firewalls, then it will be sufficient for you. Okay, and now after 2 years again, your company, okay, you have got big projects, and you have recruited more people, and you are managing, okay, your company has gone into large scale company and large scale enterprise company. Okay, so where you are handling a multiple customer projects. Okay, And now whenever you are handling multiple customer projects, those customer employees also will get increased, and you are managing all those customer traffic. Now you have to increase, okay, you have to upgrade from your 800 series to 3200 or 5200, where it is going to handle the users up to, okay, from 1000 to 5000 users, okay. And it is going to, okay, the session count will also increase, and it is going to, okay, manage this many number of users. And apart from that, whenever compared with the RAM, okay, so if this many sessions comes into the firewall, okay, the process will get slow, right? So if it is an 800 series firewall, the process will get slow. And whenever this many, okay, whenever thousands of sessions hit at a time on the firewall will delay to access, okay, to respond all those sessions at a time, right? So this will be not that much sufficient whenever your company grows into large scale company. So you need to upgrade to 5200 or 3200, where it can handle that much of traffic, because of it will be having higher RAM and higher storage, so that it will going to process your traffic, how much of traffic that you are, okay, sending right now, it is going to capable of handling, okay. And now your company has grown big, and now you are handling an ISP traffic, okay. So now you have built from large scale company to you are handling ISP now. So in the ISPs or data centers, these 7000 series firewalls are greatly used and widely used in the ISPs and data centers. So where it is going to manage multiple customers, okay, from one location to other location, okay. So these firewalls are like an rack size mount, okay. We'll be having these modules will be there. So once this firewall 7000 series firewall will, okay, fixed in your lab, so this cannot be removed, okay, this cannot be removed. So if something is happened to the firewall, you just want to remove the firewalls, okay. If something happened to these firewalls, you can remove entire firewall at a time, and you can place, okay, you can bring it other firewall and you can place. But whenever you have, okay, fix this firewall 7000 series firewall, it is not going to remove, okay. If something happen, there will be a issue with the module. So you can, okay, you will be having, okay, pins here. So you can plug out these pins, and you can remove these modules, and you can replace the modules, okay. But entire firewall you cannot remove. That is the reason mostly this 7000 series firewall, you can see the ISPs and data centers, okay. And this 1400 series is a new firewall which Palo Alto has introduced, I think 1 or 1.5 year back, where it is also going to support on large scale enterprises. But apart from, okay, when compared with these all these firewalls, this firewall will be having some extra features called, okay, it is going to support PoE, okay. So you know, do anyone know about PoE, power over Ethernet? Anyone?
Yes, sir. No idea.
No idea.
IP phone is working on PoE.
Sir, power on internet.
Yeah, power over Ethernet, where you know, right, Cisco IP phones will be there, where
Yes, sir.
whenever you connect the cable at the back end, it will be getting powered on. At the same time, it is also getting the data, okay. So
Yes.
in the back end, these PoE devices are working, okay. So here some ports will work as an PoE, where you need to enable these ports as a PoE. And whenever you connect your, okay, Vivo IP device or IP phones, so you will get the power as well as the data to the IP phone. So and it will also assign the IP address to the phones, so that the communication will be also taken care by these firewalls, okay. In your network, if you don't have any PoE switch, you can use this firewall as an PoE, so that it will be providing a security as well as PoE functionality as well, okay. This is a new firewall they have introduced, okay. And this is about the enterprise grade performance, okay, based upon your enterprise size and based upon the type of traffic and type of sessions that you have in your network, you have to choose the firewall model, okay. And next we will be having an VPN support. So here in the Palo Alto, so unlike other firewalls, this Palo Alto firewall will be going to support, okay, remote access VPNs, a site to site VPNs, okay, site to site VPN, which is nothing but IPsec, okay, VPN. and it also support GRE tunnel, okay, and SSL VPN. All the VPN supports are available on this Palo Alto firewall, okay. And so this is all about the Palo Alto firewall, okay. So these are the things that the Palo Alto firewall is going to support, and we can learn, okay, during the throughout the course what we are going to cover, okay, what we are going to cover, and what is the duration of these course, and okay. So basically this this course duration will be a span of, okay, 25 days, okay, 21 to 25 days, based upon the if we have any holidays in between, it will take up to 25 days, but maximum you will cover, okay, 21 to 25 days, okay. During these 25 days what we are going to cover, okay. So we are going to cover from first, okay, from day 1 to day 7, okay, from day 1 to day 7 we are going to cover these fundamentals only. For at least 1 week we are only focusing on the fundamentals, okay. So if you are well strong in the fundamentals of the firewalls, the next topics will be easy for you, okay. So in these fundamentals we are going to cover hardware types, okay, and whatever we have seen here, okay, these are the hardware types that we have. So we are going to cover one more time there, and interface types. So here you can see the multiple interface are available in the, okay, in the firewall, right. So this one interface is going to support multiple types, okay. This particular interface I have highlighting here, right, this only single interface will be going to support multiple types of interface, like L3 interface. When you can configure this particular interface as a L3, where it is going to, okay, act as a router. You can convert this interface as also an L2 interface, where it is going to act as a switch, okay. You can use this interface as, okay, for a VLAN interface, where you are going to, okay, allow only specific VLAN traffic, and you are going to convert this interface as also, okay, a aggregate interface. You can participate in the aggregation, or like port channel or ether channel. And this particular interface will also, okay, we can also configure as an tap interface or vwire interface, okay. So tap interface, vwire interface is something, okay, which will use it for monitoring of your network, that we can briefly covered in the codes, okay, while we are covering the fundamentals, okay. And here the next thing we will be having a zones. So here the zones are, okay, like in switching, okay, we will be having a VLANs, okay, and in the firewalls we are going to use the zone to segregate the networks, okay. To segregate the networks we are using a zones in the Palo Alto firewall, okay. So next we will be having a management profiles, interface management profiles, where we can enable certain okay, certain services over the data plane in, okay, data plane interfaces, okay. In firewall, so you will be having an management plane and data plane, okay. So this management plane will handle the management traffic, and our real traffic will be managed by the data plane, where you will be seeing routing table, ARP tables, IPsec information, all routing related information you can see in the data plane. And management plane will be having management access of the firewall and management traffic related to the firewall. It management plane will be handled, okay. So using a data plane also you can access the management of the firewall, okay. That's how this management interface management profile is designed in the Palo Alto firewall, okay. And next we will be having a life of a packet, where it will okay, it will tells how the firewall will be, okay, validated in, okay, validated inside the firewall. So once one packet receives on the firewall, how firewall is going to inspect the packet, okay, okay, how the firewall is going to inspect the packet and validate the packet, okay. Validate in the sense, it is going to inspect and it is going to check whether it is going to allow the traffic or it is going to block the traffic, okay. There are multiple stages involved in the life of a packet, okay, where there are 6 stages. So all the 6 stages are validated, then only the packet will come out, okay. What are the 6 stages, how firewall is going to validate the packet, okay, in the 6 stages, that we can cover in this life of packet, okay. And session types, okay. So whenever the traffic reaches on the, okay, firewall, what is the session type, okay. And whenever the packet, okay, whenever the packet is gone from one stage to another stage, what will be the session If packet is allowed by the firewall, what will be the session? If the packet is dropped by the firewall, what will be the session? So all the session type that we can discuss in the session types. Okay. And next we will be having an okay separate class for upgradation process. So if you want to upgrade this firewall from one version to other version, okay, maybe there are some bugs will be available in the latest, okay, in the current version that we are using, and we have okay latest version, a new version available in the okay in the internet to upgrade the firewall. Okay, so in that case, how to, what is the process to upgrade the firewall, and what are the necessary steps that we need to take before upgradation, that we can cover in the upgradation of the firewall. Okay, and also how to take the backup of the firewall. Okay, if something, okay, whenever you are upgrading, we cannot predict the things, right? So before okay before going to upgrade, better you can take the configuration backup, so that if something is happened on the firewall during the upgradation, so maybe you will be safe that you have a configuration backup. Okay, that we can okay how to take the config backup, that we can cover here. Okay, and next we'll be having, okay, so before this lab, okay, we will be having a product training. So where I will be showing, okay, I will show the PA220 firewall. We have PA220 firewall in house. Okay, and I will show what is the okay front panel, what are the things, what are the interfaces available, and in the back panel what are the things that are available, and we can discuss about the hardware parts of the firewall. Okay, that mostly cover in the product training. And we will be going to do a lab setup. So here mostly we are going to do a labs on online tool called EVENG. Okay, so we are going to use a tool called EVENG. So if you want to use this tool, okay, so your laptop will be having at least 16 GB of RAM. Okay, so you will be having an 16 GB of RAM, at least 512 GB of SSD. Okay, so you will be having, and maybe this EVNG is a tool where it is going to support only on old versions. Okay, old version sense, if your laptop is 11th gen or 12th gen, so it is going to support, but the EVNG is not going to support on the latest generation, which is 13th generation, or the laptop with AMD. Okay, you will be having only Intel i5 or i7, so that it is going to support. But if you are having an Intel also, if you are having the 13th generation, the EVNG is not supporting. And if you are buying a new laptop, so better okay better if you want to practice on your laptop, and if you are going to buy a laptop, so please reach out to me before going to buy. We'll be having another plans as well. Okay, so because if you are going to buy a new laptop, it will be coming up with 13th generation, or you will be having an AMD Ryzen processors where this EVNG is not at all supporting. So in previous batches, few students has faced this problem. We have tried a lot, but we haven't identified any solution. For this, we will be having an option called Cloud Lab. Okay, so we are having a Cloud Lab, so which is based, okay, which is an subscription based. So you can, okay, if your laptop is not having an 16 GB, and if you are not affordable to buy a new laptop, so within a, okay, if you have a old laptop also, you take the Cloud Lab subscription, which charges up to, okay, 2K plus, it will be charging up to 2K plus GST, so that you will get an lifetime subscription. So whenever you want, okay, you can just access the Cloud Lab. And this is a EVNG Cloud Lab only. So we have deployed an okay dedicated server for this, and we have deployed an EVNG. So in upcoming days, we are going to purchase a license, so that every user has its own username. So you can, we will be providing your own credentials, so you can log in anytime, that whenever you want, so you can be accessible. Okay, and that is about the lab setup. And once the lab setup is done, so you will be going, we are going to do an one basic lab. So whatever we have discussed here, we are going to cover in the basic lab, like how to get internet to the PCs. Okay, whenever you will be having Palo Alto firewall. Okay, once the lab session is completed, we are going with an troubleshooting session. So if some issues arises on the firewall, how can you troubleshoot, what is the best way, okay, for troubleshooting approach, that we can cover in the troubleshooting session. Okay, and next, once the fundamentals are completed, okay, this next we're going with day 8 and day 9, okay, where we are covering SSL decryption. Okay, this SSL decryption mostly we are using for HTTPS traffic. Okay, let's suppose, okay, HTTPS traffic in the sense whenever you are browsing something on your web browser. Okay, let's suppose you open your Google Chrome and you are searching okay, www.facebook.com. Okay, so whenever you are searching www.facebook.com, the underlying protocol it is using is an HTTPS only. So whenever you see HTTPS, the H stands for secure, right? So let me share my screen. So let me share my entire screen once. Stop sharing. Yeah. Can you see my screen now? You can see, right? So see here, whenever you are browsing something, okay, let's say www.facebook.com. Okay. So whenever you type facebook.com, so underlying protocol will be an HTTPS only. I didn't type HTTPS, but I just typed www.facebook.com. But whenever you are typing www.facebook.com in the in the web browser, obviously it is going when HTTPS. Okay, using an HTTPS protocol. What is the port number for HTTPS?
443.
443, right? So whenever you are using an HTTP, it will use an port number 443, and your traffic, whatever the application that you are using, that will be going into an encrypted format. Encrypted means, so it will not be visible over the internet, or it will not be visible over the link, whatever the link that you are using. Okay, so how the packet, okay, once that encrypted packet receives on the firewall, how the packet will inspect the encrypted packet, we cannot see, right? So encrypted in sense which cannot be see and which cannot be read as well. Okay, so such type of traffic receives on the firewall, how the firewall needs to be understand. So for that reason, we will be having an SSL decryption where it is going to decrypt this traffic. Okay, so whenever you type facebook.com, if the firewall want to inspect and if the firewall wants to identify the application, it has to be decrypt the traffic. Okay, how it is going to decrypt means using an SSL decryption. Okay, and once it decrypted the traffic, it will inspect and it will identify the application, and once the application is identified, it will check the policy whether the Facebook application is allowed or blocked for that particular user. Okay, so it will verify policy, and if it is allowed, it will allow the traffic, and you will get an access to the Facebook application. Okay, you will go, I got an okay, login page, right? So you will get an login page and you can log in, you can access the Facebook. Otherwise, if the firewall is blocking, you will get an site can't be reached right now, please check the firewall, or please check the proxy server, like that you will get an error. Okay, so in that SSL decryption class, so we are going to learn about this, how firewall is going to decrypt, what are the things that is needed for the decryption, and once the what are the things that firewall is going to verify. Okay, and in this SSL decryption also we are going to cover about the certificates. Okay, so certificate in sense, if you are browsing internet, okay, so if you are browsing Facebook, if you see here, you can your okay, your website is secure. Okay, so whenever you click on the view site information, your connection is secure, means we are using HTTPS, right? If we are using HTTPS, the connection is secure. So how it is getting secured means by using an certificates. If the certificate is valid, then your connection will be secured. What are these certificate means? These are the certificates. Okay, certificate details. Okay, this is the common name which we are using facebook.com, and this is the issued by DigiCert, who is going to issue the certificate. Okay, and you will be having a full details here, the root certificate, intermediate certificate, and your actual certificate. These are the certificates. So we can discuss, okay, better in the session about the certificate parts as well. Okay, and next we will be having, okay, what are the, okay, what are the SSL decryption methods that we are going to use. Okay, and once these are completed, the next day we will be having an lab setup, okay, and we are going to do a lab on this. And in the same day we are going to discuss some real challenges that we can face whenever you are using an SSL decryption, okay, that are will be completed here in the SSL decryption class. Next we are going with, and once this SSL decryption completed, we are going with URL category and filtering, okay. So what is this URL category and filtering means? So if you are having a company, okay, so let's say you have a company, ABC company, okay. In your ABC company you will be having a 50 employees, okay. For 50 in the 50 employees you will be having 30, okay, 30 IT team, okay, and 10 HR team, okay, and next 10 you will be having an management team, okay. So the IT team, okay, 30 employees who are in IT team, these IT team want to access only particular URLs, like, okay, let's suppose they will be having an work related URLs, okay, so they are using an URLs which are related to working, okay, work. So we need to allow only those URLs to the 30 employees, and we'll be having 10 HR people where this, okay, HR will only access the HR portals, okay, which are required for them. And these 10 management people will needs to have full internet access, okay. So these are the management people who want to access everything from the network. So by using an URL category and filtering, so we can allow what are the URLs these, okay, these 30 IT people want to allow and want to access, and these 10 HR people which URLs that we want to allow for this 10 HR peoples, and that we are going to define in the URL category and filtering, okay. So here in the URL category and filtering we will be having predefined category, custom URL category, what is URL filtering, what is URL category. We are going to do a lab and we are going to discuss some, okay, real time challenges that we can face whenever you are configuring URL category and filtering, okay. So that's the URL category and filtering. And next we will be having an IPsec VPN where it works as an site to site VPN, okay. So site to site VPN is nothing but, let's have, you have a company, right, you have a company, one company is in Hyderabad, okay, one branch office in Hyderabad and one branch office is in Bangalore, okay. So now between branch offices you want to share some secure information, okay, some confidential information from one branch office to another branch office, okay. These branch offices are located in different locations, right, it is going via internet. So whenever you are sending information from here, so if there is no IPsec, your information will go in the plain text means. So if you are, okay, sending some employee information, okay, so you want okay, the HR who is in available in Bangalore, okay, he requested for the employee information from the Hyderabad location. So this HR will be going to send over the mail or over the chat. It is going to send. Okay. So whenever it is going to send, it has to be go via internet only. So if it is not using IPsec, it will be sending via plain text. Means whatever the information this HR is going to send, it will be going to very much visible. Okay. It will be clearly visible if someone capture your traffic. Okay. So in order to avoid that, in order to protect those confidential information, we need to build a site to site VPN using an IPsec VPN. Okay. So in this IPsec VPN, so mostly we can cover some fundamentals. So how the phase 1 and phase 2 tunnels are built, and what is route based VPN, policy based VPNs, okay. And we are going to cover some extra topics which is not, okay, mentioned here, but we are going to cover most of the things in IPsec, okay. And then we'll be having an lab setup and lab configuration. We are going to do an, okay, we are going to build IPsec tunnels between the firewalls, okay, where we are already, okay, install the EVNG tool, right. So using the EVNG tool we are going to build a IPsec tunnel between the firewalls, and we are going to send some traffic and see how the traffic is going to, okay, send securely between the branch offices, okay. And later the next day we'll be having an, okay, troubleshooting part, okay, how if something is happen on the firewall, or if something is happen on the tunnel, how can we troubleshoot, and how can we approach, and how can we okay, how can we get the solution for that problem. So we are going to detail explanation in this, okay. We are going to do a practical thing on the firewalls, okay, and how can we troubleshoot on these issues, okay. So next, after completion of IPsec, we'll be having a global protect. So this global protect will be mostly used as an remote access VPNs, okay. So remote access VPNs or VPNs which will be used, okay, which will be used by the employees who are doing work from home. So in COVID situations, most of the people are doing work from home, right? So if they want to, if they are doing work from home, they want to access their internal servers or internal applications safe and securely. So for that, they are going to use, okay, if the company are using a Palo Alto firewall, this is a global protect VPN that they are using, okay. So this is an vendor specific in sense, this is only applicable for the Palo Alto firewall. So if you are using any other firewall, this won't work, okay. This is a vendor specific where it will only supports on the Palo Alto firewall. And how it is going to install, what are the things that we are going to cover, and what are the things that we need to configure if you want to connect the global protect VPN from the remote location on user machines. So in order to securely access the internal servers, that we are going to discuss in the global protect. And we'll be also having in some, okay, lab, okay, lab configuration and troubleshooting part as well on the global protect, okay. And next we will be having an high availability, where this high availability is used for the redundancy, okay. So redundancy in sense, in the routing, as you have well aware of VRRP, right? So in the same way, how we are using an VRRP, high availability is also the same concept in the firewall, Palo Alto firewall, where not only, okay, you are going to okay, you are going to use two firewalls in the in your network, okay. So let's suppose you have only one firewall, okay, you have only one firewall, and every traffic is flowing through your single firewall. And after some days, this firewall has crashed, or this firewall went into, okay, unresponsive state, and your suddenly your traffic is start, okay, stopping to reach the internet, okay, and you are not getting any access over, okay, in the internal network, okay. So whenever this firewall goes down, there is no redundancy, right? So to fall back to any other firewall. So in order to avoid this single point of failure, we are going to use two firewalls in HA mode, where one firewall will be in active and one firewall will be in passive, which is called as a standby as well, okay. And all the active traffic will be passed through the active firewall, and whenever this active firewall goes down, the standby firewall, which is called as a passive, that will become active, and your traffic instantly shift towards this new active firewall. And you can see a minimal, okay, minimal disruption or minimal outage, okay, without much outage or minimal disruption, okay. With minimal disruption, you will traffic will get recovered and you will get an access, okay. This is how the high availability in Palo Alto firewall will work. And we'll be going here, we'll be having in two types of setups, okay. One is an active passive setup, where one firewall will act as an active and one firewall will act as a passive. And in active setup, both firewall will be acting as an active, okay. One will be active primary and other one will be an active secondary, okay. So what is the purpose of active setup means? So do you know about asymmetric routing? Anyone know about asymmetric routing in the network? Anyone?
Yeah,
What is asymmetric routing?
yeah. To reach a destination, the reverse path come to a two ways to reach the source.
To reach the destination?
To reach the destination from the source
Hmm.
to coming from the reverse path to reach the source, it will coming by a two ways to reach the source.
Yeah. See here,
Yeah,
in mostly in general networks, okay, general network and whatever we are using right now. So these are the symmetric paths. Symmetric path means how your traffic, okay, sending out, how you are sending the traffic to towards the internet. In the same way, you have to reach the, okay, the return traffic has to be entered into your network, okay. Means whatever the traffic, whatever the interface that you are using to send the traffic out, the same interface will be used to reach the return traffic inside of your network, okay. So in the same way, okay, you will be having an, okay, you will be having an two devices where your traffic is this will be sending, one device will be sending in traffic, and other device will be receiving your traffic. Okay, so this will be calling as an asymmetric path or asymmetric routing. Okay, whenever you are sending a traffic from one device and whenever you are receiving a traffic only from one device, that will be a symmetric routing or symmetric path. Okay, if there are two devices where your forward traffic has flown from one device and return traffic will flown from another device, that will be calling an asymmetric routing. Okay, in that situation you will be having an active active setup where this active active setup will, one firewall will be in active primary and other firewall in will be in active secondary, and this will load balance the your traffic. Okay, so both will be having a session, so they will be load balancing the things. Okay, and for this we'll be mostly, in generally we mostly the active passive setup will be seen mostly, the asymmetric paths will be rarely seen, and more in general network path we can see only the symmetric path, so we are using mostly focusing on active passive setup. Okay, for that we will be having a lab configuration and lab setup, and we are going to do the failover scenarios. Okay, how what cause the firewall failover. Okay, if you have active passive setup, so how the passive firewall will take over the active role. Okay, what are the challenges and what are the scenarios that passive firewall will take over the active, that we can discuss in the failover scenarios. Okay, and next we will be having an panorama class. Okay, so as we discuss, panorama is an centralized management device where it is going to manage multiple number of firewalls from the multiple locations. Okay, and how can we connect the firewall to the panorama and what are the things that we are going to do, we are going to use that, mostly discussing in the panorama class. Okay, and later we will be having, we will be having a separate class for commit. Okay, this commit is nothing but how to save configuration in your firewall. Okay, so in Cisco routers you are doing an write config, right? So you are giving a command called wr, then your configuration will be saving. Okay, so likewise in Palo Alto firewall you are using an command called commit, keyword called commit, to save the configuration. Okay, so while saving the configuration at the back end, how firewall is processing the commit, what are the phases that are involved, if commit, if successfully, if you want to successfully save the configuration, how firewall is passing this configuration, how the firewall is validating the configuration, that we can discuss briefly in the commit class. Okay, so these are the topics that we are going to cover in the span of 21 to 25 days. Okay, and next, these are about the codes and codes details, and these are some some network security rules that you can see whenever you hear about network security engineer. So the first one is an L1 engineer, and where the freshers with 6 months to 1 year of experience, so they will be going to recruited as, they will be working as an L1 engineer, where this is an average pay scale that that I have designed with the help of, as I see in the market. So the basic salary that you will get as an L1 engineer is 3.5 to 4.5, and once you get exposed to the firewalls, and once you have some good knowledge on the firewall, they can move to the L2, where they will rise and hike, to 4.5 to 6.5, and L3 is like an expert role. Okay, so if you are L3 engineer, you are well expert and handling the firewalls very well. Okay, and so expert is an L3, and the type 2 and type 3 are escalation engineers. Okay, so if the issues are not resolved here within L1, L2, L3, the type 2 type 3 are escalation engineers, where they can handle the case in a different way, to get the resolution. So after the type 3 you will get maybe an, based upon your interest and based upon your manager interest, you will get a team lead, or you will get an principal engineer role, and you will get, maybe if you are much interested, you will get a manager role. Okay, that depends on your performance, that depends on the company requirement, but these are the basic networking roles that you can see in the market. Okay, and these are the pay scales. Okay, So this completes our session. So now this session is yours. So if you have any questions, just let me know. We can discuss one by one.
Hi Karthik. First of all, for the roles you have mentioned,
Yeah,
can you also mention the experience that is needed?
yeah, that's what I mentioned, right? So here for L1 maybe 6 months to 1 year. Okay, 6 months to 1 year if you have an experience of 6 months to 1 year, or 0 to 1 year, you will get an role L1 role. Okay, once you have having an experience in firewall, and you have mostly working on mostly about 2 to 3 years, you will get an L2 role. And you have well expert and 4 to 5 years of experience on the firewall, you will get an L3 role. And after that, okay, based upon your performance, okay, and based upon your uh, troubleshooting skills, how well you can handle the customer if there is any escalation happen. So after 5 years, okay, based upon your handling skills, you may hire with, okay, you may get tied to a tier 3 engineer. Okay, and 5 plus above years, you will be, okay, tied to tier 3 engineer. Yes.
Also, I got an update from Networks last week
Mm-hmm.
that there is a change in the syllabus. This is the first demo after change in the syllabus, right?
No, there is
But
no
I have
change in the
mentioned.
there is no change in the syllabus. There is change in the certification name itself. Okay, so
Okay.
before it is called as an PCNSE, where Palo Alto Certified Network Security Engineer. That name got changed to Palo Alto Next Generation Firewall Engineer. The syllabus was not changed. Only the certificate name got changed.
But I
The,
think earlier app ID and user ID, those topics are not included, and I think those are included in this
no,
syllabus,
no,
right?
no. App ID, user ID is also there. So in the previous examination also. So this examination is also having an app ID, user ID.
And what about this hands-on labs on live firewall? Is it really possible?
Yes, we'll be having an firewall. We'll be having an real devices in our network, in our branch offices. If you are near to where you are from,
I'm from Hyderabad only.
Hyderabad. Yeah, you can go and visit our KBHP branch offices. You can see PA 220 firewall there. You can
Okay.
configure and you can practice on those firewalls.
Okay.
Karthik,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah, regarding the policy implementation, okay, also you will guide us like the policy, how to implement the policy, while creating the zones, how to add the address groups and all. Also, will you show?
Yes, I will show how can we add address groups, how can we add address objects. I will show while configuring the
Okay,
policies.
okay. Along with the implementation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi Karthik.
Yeah. Hi, Sheshabalan. Yes. Go ahead.
Actually, for this SSL decryption and web filtering, we'll be needing license. Am I right?
Mm. Sorry. Sorry.
So, for SSL decryption and web filterings,
Mm.
we will be needing license, right?
Yeah,
Without license, can
SSL
we
decryption,
practice?
you no need a license. URL filtering need a license. URL category also
Oh,
doesn't need license. URL category will also work, but URL filtering need a license where you have to purchase URL filtering license.
so, if we gonna purchase a EVNG lab from you,
Mm.
so is it possible we will get the license to firewall or something so that
No,
we can practice and we can
I,
your filtering?
I'm providing only the basic license, which is going to
Mhm.
support all other concept, all other things that I have discussed except URL filtering. Okay, so I don't have URL filtering. I'm trying to purchase a URL filtering, but that is gonna support only one device. Okay, if I want to purchase each and every, so I have to purchase yeah, per month I have to purchase 30 to 40 license. That will be like too much of cost that cannot be taken care. So but we will be having a basic license that I can provide each and every one of you, so that you can work, okay, without URL filter. You can perk every other concept that we have discussed.
If you have any license in our company, can you show at least a tutorial? Like, can we see a live cast
Yeah, we can.
for the
Yes.
web filtering, right?
Yes.
And what will be the cost of the examination?
Examination will cost around $175 plus maybe $35 of GST. I think totally it will be like $208, I think.
$208.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. And one more question. Let's say if I don't have time, so today I will be having a work. So will I having recording sessions?
Yes, after every session, okay, now how I have
Mhm.
recording the session, every class I'm going to record, I'm going to upload YouTube, and I will be providing the YouTube link to your WhatsApp group. We will be having a dedicated
Mhm.
WhatsApp group for each and every batch, and you will be having a dedicated recording session for each and every batch. We are going to provide the link whenever you are free. You can go through the recording video, and you can just, if you have any doubts, you can just let me know. We can discuss.
And the timings, Karthik, what will be the timings of our
Yeah,
classes?
actually, this batch is going to start from April 15th, which is next Wednesday. So that batch
Okay.
timings are from evening 7 p.m. to 8 p.m.
Okay.
Yep.
So Monday to Friday or
Monday to Friday, Saturday and Sunday is off for us. So if you have any pending labs, or if you want to prepare any others, okay, you will be having time Saturday and Sunday.
okay. Thank you, Karthik.
Yeah. Okay.
బ్రో మీరు ఏమన్నా రియల్ టైమ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారా?
After completion of the course, we'll be providing 2 to 3 real-time projects on this.
ఓకే. ఇప్పుడు వచ్చేసి నాకు 5 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంది నాక్‌లో.
Yeah, okay.
ఓకే. నా కరెంట్ ప్యాకేజ్ 9 lakhs.
Mm.
సో అప్రాక్సిమేట్లీ పాలో ఆల్టో నేర్చుకున్న తర్వాత ఎంత రావచ్చు? మేబీ 12 ఆర్
Yeah, if your package is 9, you will get at least, okay, 30 to 40% of hike on that. But we cannot judge on that, okay? We cannot talk on that, how much percentage you will get. That depends on the demand that that role has. Maybe someone will get an 50 to 70% as well. So maybe at least you will get 35%, which will be go to 12 to 13.
ఓకే.
Yeah, Raju, go ahead.
Yeah, Karthik, can you please show me the demo of the lab from your side?
Demo of the lab.
Yeah.
So now I can't show. If I want to show you, let me show you. Yeah, I have open, I think. Yeah. So see, this is the EVNG, okay, tool that we are using. So we want to, this is our cloud lab, okay. I am using, this cloud lab is located in Kurnool. I am in Chennai right now. I am accessing from the public IP. So from Kurnool location, so I am accessing here from, okay, Chennai. So where if you people who are not capable of, okay, buying a new laptop or buying, okay, expanding the RAM, so you can purchase this cloud lab and you can access from anywhere, okay, from your laptop. So this is the EVNG tool where we are going to use. And I have added the Palo Alto image, panorama image, okay, and rest we'll be having multiple images also there, okay. So if you go with Palo Alto, you can see the Palo Alto and panorama. So in this, okay, in this EVNG, not only Palo Alto and anything you can add, okay. These are the all supported images that we have FortiGate, okay. We have Cisco, and we have Cisco IOL images. We have Aruba, and we have Juniper images as well, okay. So likewise, whatever the images that you want, you can use in the EVNG. So this is the EVNG lab that we have. So if you want to add the images, you can just right click anywhere here, okay.
Mhm.
So why it is not
Yeah,
working?
thank you, thank you. Thank you, Karthik.
So you can add any firewall, okay. You can just click on Palo Alto and you can get, okay, these are the images that we have inside the lab. We have 10.10, 10.12. These are the versions that we have, okay. And we can add any image and just click on save. The image will be added, okay. So now before, okay, you once you right click on the image, you can get a short option. So if you click on that, you will get the firewall will get started, okay. Before that, we need to complete the connection first, okay. We need to complete the topology, then only you need to, okay, add or make the connection. So this setup and installation process, I will tell you thoroughly while we are, okay, going with the
Yeah,
codes, okay.
thank you, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Jahnovi.
Uh, Hello, sir. Actually, I would like to know that I attended a demo of Ramesh sir
Mm-hmm.
on 5th.
Okay.
So he instructed me to join in non-IT to IT internship batch.
Okay.
So after completion of CCNA, should I start this Palo Alto or how it works
So
around? Could
if
you?
it is non-IT to IT, so the Palo Alto, I think the Palo Alto is not included in that program. Okay. So
Yes.
if you want to learn this Palo Alto, you can okay, complete that course first, and then you can opt for this Palo Alto.
Okay, first I need to complete the CCNA, then only Palo
Yes,
Alto, or
yes,
else.
that's correct. So we
Okay.
have to know, you have to know at least some basic concept of
Yes.
networking to okay to understand the things here. So first you need to complete CCNA, then come with Palo Alto.
Okay, understood, sir.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no problem.
Hello.
Yes.
So, as a Palo Alto firewall engineer who manages architecture and everything,
Mm-hmm.
what could be the maximum package for him currently that he
Sorry,
can
sorry.
get?
Your voice is
So,
not audible. Can you repeat it that once?
as a Palo Alto firewall engineer who manages everything from end to end, from
Hmm.
operations to engineering, architecture, and everything,
Yeah.
what could be the current market package that he can get from currently
Mostly, okay.
maximum?
Here, if you go on a product-based company, so
Mhm.
everything will be having a separate, okay, separate engineer, okay. So the architecture will be different, will be there. The implementation team will be there. The
Mhm.
TAC engineer will be there, okay. So if you are going with a
Okay.
service base, so there will only a few engineers will be there who is going to tackle okay implementation, designing, and also troubleshooting part as well. Okay, so if the service
Mhm.
base that will be okay depends on their okay current demand role. Maybe you will get less package whenever you will go into a service based company like maybe 10 or 12 based upon your experience as well. Okay, so with that experience,
Okay.
if you go on a product base, at least you will get double of that 12. Okay, maybe you will get 18, 20. At least you can also reach 24 with that experience.
Okay. So after that, what would be the career growth? I mean, after the Palo Alto firewall engineer,
Mhm.
what would be our next opportunities that we can explore?
Yeah, opportunity in sense the Palo Alto firewall has a big product in now emerging as a big, it already emerged as a big product where multiple okay locations okay multiple countries not only here the whole world is using a Palo Alto lot. Okay, so you will be having okay if you are well with Palo Alto net firewall engineer you can also go with Prisma Access which be a cloud base, or you can go with okay like principal engineer, or you can go with technical account manager. You'll be having an great career in this.
Okay, Karthik.
Thanks, Karthik.
Actually, can I know how many students have been placed from Tungabhadra Networks after learning this Palo Alto course from last 3 or 6 months?
Yeah, from last 3 to 6 months we have seen okay 7 to 8 candidates. Okay, so
Okay.
few candidates who has directly elected as not directly as a Palo Alto TAC engineer in Movet, and okay 5 to 6 engineers in the Movet in Chennai location, and 2 to 3 engineers in IOPEX as an Palo Alto TAC engineer.
Okay. What is their average salary?
So their average salary is like okay, minimum they will be having 2 to 3 years of experience. They are getting an average of 7 to 9 LPA. The highest will be an 10 LPA, and average okay the least will be an 7 LPA.
Okay. And while showing the troubleshooting,
Mm.
will you show step by step using logs and traffic, or how?
Yes, yes. I
Okay.
am showing the step by step. Before starting the troubleshooting, what you have to collect before starting
Yeah.
the troubleshooting also
Yeah. Yeah.
I will tell.
So I have a laptop with 16 GB RAM and i5 processor. Will it
Okay.
be enough to practice the concepts that you teach during the course?
Yeah, that will be enough. But is it a new laptop or old laptop?
It's an old laptop, existing laptop only.
Okay, so that will work for you. We will be going to install the lab in your laptop, so you can work on your
Okay,
laptop.
what is the kind of support that we'll get during the course and after the course? Maybe when we are having doubts, or maybe for job preparation, what kind of support can we expect?
So see here, the support wise, you will not you will get support at any time. I will
Okay,
be there personally. Okay, I will
okay,
be going to look over each and every doubt that you have rising. Okay, you will just post your doubts in the WhatsApp group, dedicated WhatsApp group that we are going
okay,
to create.
okay,
You
okay,
can just post that your query there. I will be there to pick up your doubts and will clarify you. We have
okay,
also support engineers also there, so
okay,
they will be in first level. So if they are not, I'm the one who is going to involve that.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Yes, go ahead. Yes, Rahmat Mohammed.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon, Japan.
Sir, after completion of this course,
Yeah.
okay, this Palo Alto course, okay.
Hmm.
So at what levels could be applied, sir? Is it L1 or L2?
Yeah, you will be learning L2 level, not a L1.
L2.
We are
Okay,
at L2 level, which is
okay,
equal to 3 to 4 years of experience.
okay. Yeah, that means soon after completion of this course,
Hmm.
the knowledge which we gain,
Yes.
easily we can apply for L2 roles like that, 3 to 4 years
Yes.
bracket.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, sir. One more thing, sir. Do you teach this also? Suppose a user in this company, one company, example,
Hmm.
the user is want to access some service
Hmm.
like SSH, RDP
Hmm.
for timely basis on timely basis for
Hmm.
1 hour,
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yes.
You will be have configuring rules,
Yeah, we will be configuring rule. There will be a schedule. Okay, in the policy,
policy.
we will be having a schedule. So we are
Okay,
going to create a schedule, and
okay.
we are going to define the time there till what
Uh-huh.
day, what time you need
Uh-huh.
to access the service, and we are
Uh-huh.
calling that schedule in the policy so that the policy will work at that particular time, and the policy will be disabled, so that
Okay,
it is going to stop the service. Yes, that
okay.
we can do.
No, no, sir. Would you be teaching that in this course?
Yes,
Okay, end to end you would be teaching, huh?
yes, that's correct.
Uh-huh. Okay, sir. In our branch, how many firewalls do we have, sir? Only how many firewalls do we have to practice?
Server in the sense Palo Alto
No, no,
firewalls.
firewalls.
Firewalls in each and every branch we will be having 2 firewalls. Okay,
Okay, okay,
and which will be we can cover every concept that we are going to discuss here except panorama we don't have. Panorama
okay,
we will be having in the cloud lab itself. Okay,
okay.
I will provide you an cloud lab access to practice panorama. Apart from that, you
Oh,
can cover everything on the real devices.
uh-huh. Okay, sir. Actually, in my laptop, I'm having only 8 GB of RAM
Yeah.
and 512 hard disk, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm,
Where you are staying?
in Hyderabad itself.
Yeah, you can go to our branch office,
Uh-huh.
KPHP branch office. There we'll be having 220 firewalls. You can
Okay,
sit there and peacefully complete your labs there.
okay. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So in order to get lab access, we have to upgrade the system itself.
No,
Like
not needed. No,
not
not needed.
uh-huh.
So lab in the sense you're asking about online or the real devices?
And online, sir, online.
Online in sense, yeah, obviously
Uh,
you need because if you
uh,
see here this
uh,
firewall, okay, this
okay,
firewall, okay, let me stop the firewall so that you will get the details. Okay, if
mm,
this firewall has to be work,
okay,
this needs at least 7
uh,
GB of RAM. Okay,
okay, uh-huh.
and if you want
Uh,
to work with this, okay, if you want to
uh,
work, uh, we need
mm,
at least one firewall, one Windows machine, okay,
mm-hmm.
to work on
Yes,
each and every lab. Okay, so
okay,
this 7 GB and this Windows machine at least 4 GB is there. Okay,
okay,
sorry, total will be 11 GB, right? So
exactly.
if your laptop is only 8 GB, this
Yes,
cannot
yes, yes.
handle, this cannot
Exactly.
11 GB of okay, 11 GB of RAM
Uh-huh.
will be totally utilized,
Mhm.
8 GB of RAM totally utilized, and it still needs an 3 GB, so your laptop will get stuck, or your laptop will dead to respond.
Okay.
This is the reason, if you want
Uh,
to upgrade or if you want to use the Palo Alto lab in your laptop, at least you need to have 16 GB of RAM, so that it will work.
Yes, 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 sir.
That's what.
I got your point, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, after completion of this course, would you provide placement support, sir?
Yes.
Actually, I have experience in network, but I don't in
Yeah.
firewall.
See,
I'm
once.
interested to learn firewall, sir.
Yeah, once you have enroll here, you will get lifetime support. Okay, that's for guarantee here.
Okay.
So after the course also, you will get an placement support as well. So we are
Okay.
going to
Um,
support you in preparing the resumes. We are going to
um,
support make if they have
um,
any vacancies, we are going to
yeah,
place you,
yeah,
and
yeah,
we are
yeah.
going to refer your resume first.
Yeah, yeah. So actually, what the thing is, what I have seen in the market is, as compared to only network engineer, network security engineers have uh, good salary.
Yes.
Demand is both for same, but in terms of salary perspective, no, network
Salary for
security
the network,
engineers.
yeah,
Yes,
obviously.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, yes. I have seen many people
Yeah.
with same experience. They have different level salary.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
how the
yes, yes.
security have that much of demand in the network.
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So actually, basically, what my question is, after completion of your course, now we should at least be confident enough that
Yes,
we would be doing some
you
like.
will, yeah, you will, if you are if you are following my classes daily basis, and if you are completing the labs on time, you will
Hmm.
be super confident that you can crack, okay, that
Okay.
you can crack the
Uh-huh.
interviews easily.
Inter easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Yeah, hi Karthik. This videos and this lab is a lifetime. We can use it, right?
Yeah, you can use it lifetime. Yes.
Okay. There is no renewal after the
No,
course
no,
and
no, no. Once
okay.
you have enrolled the course, you will get a lifetime subscription, and that will not be any renewal process.
Okay. Will there be any portal to play? You will place all these videos day by day.
Yeah, we will be having our website where I'm going to provide the all these details. And apart from that, if you see here, we will be having an our portal. If you are not seen, or if you are not gone through that portal, you can just go with TungaBadraNetworks.in, where you can see all the course details. And we have a Palo Alto. Okay, so in the Palo
Okay.
Alto, you can see all the you can see all the training, training contents that we are going to cover, as we discussed in the class, in this session. And also you will be having a training videos, so which it will be an password protected. Okay, this password you need to get it from our support team once you have enrolled.
Okay. Got it. Yeah. Thanks, Karthik.
So in this training videos, you can see documents. Okay, these are the PDFs that you can download. So if we click on one click, it will be going to download to your local machine. So you can download, you can keep it in your hands. Okay, and apart from that, you can see a recorded video. Okay, this is previous batch recorded video. If you want full access of this, you can have these recorded videos. You will be having a quick guide, which will be for interview perspective. I have created a quick guide for quick reference, and basic interview questions also there. Okay, how the basic interview questions will be there. And CLI cheat sheet, what are the CLI commands that we want to work and that we are going to use. And I'm also going to prepare scenario based questions, based upon the real time real time issues that we have faced. So I'm going to prepare the scenario based question. It is half done, then half is pending. So during the course, during this course, I'll try to complete, and I'll post it here, the scenario based questions. You will be having everything which is related to the Palo Alto, so that you will be having some content to expose in the interview perspective. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks, Karthik. Okay.
So Karthik, for all the batches, or Palo Alto will be in the evening batch, right? There is no morning batch, right?
No, morning. Last month we completed a morning, and this month it is an evening batch.
Okay. Okay. If we
It is
have to,
alternative.
Okay, in the May month again you will have morning batch, right?
In the May month, might be it is an morning. Yeah,
Okay, I want to ask one last question for this day.
yeah. Go ahead.
Uh, See, all the things which you are saying that will be said by other trainers also and other institutes also.
Okay.
What is the difference between this and that institutes?
What you have what you have here there, I don't know, but maybe they say it and maybe they won't. Okay. They won't follow. Maybe here whatever we are saying here, we should follow by with 100%. And you can if okay if you once the course complete, you will get to know how we are following and how we are doing here. Okay.
Okay, so during the weekend classes, you said we can go to an institute and practice.
Yeah.
So there will be anyone physically there to clear our doubts while we are doing.
Yeah, there will be our support team is there. For in every bench, we will be having 5 to 6 technical engineers will be there. They will be clear doubts. If still they are not clearing doubts, I will be available and you can reach out to me directly.
Okay, so I'll get support both online and offline whenever I'm stuck while doing something, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And Karthik, is it possible when we are trying to configure this global product,
Hmm.
can we practice with Active Directory integration?
Active Directory integration, we don't have Active Directory
So
integration. We need to have Windows Server or okay. I'm trying to integrate that, but for now, I'm using only a local database where we are creating a users
mhm,
locally. But sure, yeah,
mhm.
we you can try the Active Directory integration as well.
In EVNG, we can deploy right, basic Windows server.
Yeah, we can deploy the basic Windows Server. We can
Mhm.
deploy and we can integrate. Yes, you can do that.
Oh,
Yeah, hi Karthik.
Yeah, hi Akhil.
See, same time I have CCNA classes as well. So
CCN instance in the Tungabhadra networks.
yeah, 78 I have CCNA
Which
class.
batch are you from?
March batch.
March batch.
Yeah, 24th.
March 24. Yeah, March 24 instance. I think you will be added in the next batch.
Okay,
You will be okay if you are March 24 batch. You will be adding into an May batch, May Palo Alto batch.
okay.
Yeah,
Hi Karthik,
yeah.
Ajis
Hi
this side.
Ajish. Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, may I know few product-based company placement after this course? Few names of the product-based company.
Product based company is see product Palo Alto is a product. Okay, so
Yeah.
this product will be used multiple multiple companies. So here we will be having we will be having a company called Movet where they are directly supporting the Palo Alto customers. They are taking the our engineers. They are placing we are placing them in the Movet where they are supporting directly the Palo Alto product customers. So now we are if we are learning this Palo Alto, we are directly into the Palo Alto only, not any other products. Okay.
Okay. Okay. One more question regarding Panorama.
Yeah.
We are using firmware upgradation through Panorama, or how just adding the devices in the Panorama.
So
What?
Panorama integration since we are just adding the Panorama and how can we manage the configurations? Okay, how can we push the configurations and how can we verify? Okay, how can we send logs from the firewalls to the Panorama? Okay, all those things will be covered in this session. But upgradation part we are not going to cover.
We can do the upgradation bus through Panorama as well, right?
Yeah,
In
we can
production
do.
environment.
We can download and we can install so that it will reflect in your files. Okay, yeah, we can do from the panoramas.
Yeah, if it is multiple firewall, it will be useful through Panorama, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. One more doubt. After this course, we are placing in some other company. We have some issue. I think you will support. If
Yes,
we got any support, no.
yes, that's correct. I
Okay.
will
Okay.
be supporting. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Bye
yeah,
bye.
no problem.
సార్ హలో
Yes, Zakir Hussain.
సార్ నమస్తే సార్ నేను ఇక్కడ
Yes,
సౌదీ అరేబియా నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నాను సార్
చెప్పండి.
సార్ నేను నాన్ ఐటీ టు ఐటీ ఇంటర్న్షిప్ తీసుకున్నాను.
ఓకే.
అందులో వచ్చేసి ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ తీసేసి పాలో ఆల్టో యాడ్ చేసుకున్నాను.
గుడ్.
సో
ఎప్పుడు
ఫీ
జాయిన్
కూడా
అయ్యారు?
నిన్న ఎస్టర్డే పే చేశాను.
ఓకే.
ఎస్టర్డే ఫీ పే చేశాను సార్.
ఓకే. అంటే మీరు
సో టుమారో
మీరు
నుంచి మాకు స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్. ఇంకా
టుమారో నుంచి నీకు సీసీఎన్ఏ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది. వన్స్ నీకు
సిసిఎన్ఏ స్టార్ట్ అవుతుంది సార్.
సీసీఎన్ఏ కంప్లీట్ అవ్వగానే నీకు పాలాల్టోలో యాడ్ చేస్తాను నేను. ఓకే.
సార్ అదే సార్. సార్ ఓన్లీ ఇప్పుడు పాలో ఆల్టో మీద కూడా జాబ్స్ ఉంటాయి సార్ అట్లాగా సెక్యూరిటీలో?
ఎస్ దట్స్ వాట్ వీఆర్. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ లర్నింగ్ పాలాల్టో, ఓన్లీ పాలాల్టో మీద కూడా జాబ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అదే కదా.
అవునా? ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
Yeah.
సో రెండు నేర్చుకుంటే మనకి బెనిఫిటే కదా సార్ ఇన్ ఫ్యూచర్?
యా, ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ మల్టీ
సిసిఎన్ఏ ప్లస్
నాలెడ్జ్,
పాలో
అంటే
ఆల్టో.
మీకు మల్టీ వెండర్ నాలెడ్జ్ ఉండడం వల్ల చాలా బెటర్ అది. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు కంపెనీస్ అందరూ
Hmm.
క్యాండిడేట్స్ ఎలా చూస్తున్నారంటే, సిస్కో వచ్చా నీకు,
Hmm.
సిస్కో రౌటర్స్ గురించి తెలుసా, జూనిపర్ రౌటర్స్ గురించి తెలుసా, ఏ ఫైర్వాల్ గురించి తెలుసా అని అడుగుతున్నారు. సో దట్స్ అ బెటర్ ఇఫ్ యూ
సార్.
హ్యావ్ ఎ మల్టీ వెండర్ నాలెడ్జ్.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. నేను ప్రెజెంట్ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంటేషన్ ఇంజనీర్ గా జాబ్ చేస్తున్నాను ఈ సిమెంట్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో.
ఓకే.
సో దీంట్లో నుండి ఐటీ ఫీల్డ్ కి నేను స్విచ్ ఓవర్ అవుతాం అనేసి ప్లాన్ చేశాను సార్. వెళ్దాము బాగుంటది అనేసి.
ఓకే.
ఇన్షాల్లా.
ఓకే.
అదే అందుకే నేను జాయిన్ సార్, ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను.
యా ఓకే యూ కెన్.
ఓకే ఓకే సార్. బాగానే ఉంటాయి కదా సార్ ఆపర్చునిటీస్?
యా గుడ్
ఏమో
ఆపర్చునిటీస్.
డౌట్స్ ఉంటే కూడా క్లారిటీకి ఎట్లా చేయాలి సార్? మనం డౌట్స్ ఏమైనా ఉన్న తర్వాత, ఇప్పుడు నాకు టైమింగ్ కుదరకు, నేను క్లాస్ వినలేదు అనుకోండి, సో తర్వాత నాకు ఏమైనా
క్లాస్ ఏం
డౌట్స్
లేదంటే
ఉంటే
రికార్డింగ్ వీడియో ఉంటుంది, రికార్డింగ్ వీడియో వినండి. నీకు ఎప్పుడు డౌట్ ఉంటే మీరు వాట్సాప్లో గ్రూప్ ఉంటుంది కదా, వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్లో పింగ్ చేయండి.
అవునవును.
మన సెక్యూరిటీ
ఓకే
ఇంజనీర్స్
ఓకే
కానీ
సార్.
మన టెక్నికల్ ఇంజనీర్స్ ఉంటారు,
టెక్నికల్ సపోర్ట్ ఉంటారు కదా సార్?
ఖచ్చితంగా
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
యా
ఓకే ఓకే సార్.
ఎస్ యా
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
యా నో ప్రాబ్లమ్. యా
ఓకే ఓకే.
Yeah, hello, Karthik.
ఎస్ హాయ్ పవన్ కుమార్.
Yeah, hi. Like after the courses, like how many days it will take to place? Like we are like in batch. How many members will be there? Average
Minimum,
number.
yeah, average minimum there will be an 30 members will be there for every batch.
Okay,
It
like
will be
how much time it will take to a placement for a boys? Like 30 members in a batch means how long it will take?
that that depends on your performance and that depends on your participation. Okay, so
Okay.
someone has placed after within the course also, someone has placed after the completion of course 10 days, 20 days. They depends on their performance and depend on their participation. If you have participated the course, okay, every day and you're completing the okay labs every day, you will be placed okay within 1 week or 10 days. Once you have okay get the opportunity. Okay, someone has taken 2 to 3 months as well. Okay, one girl will be there who has completed their okay course in December, but he has some okay limitation there. He is working in TCS where she has okay 90 days of notice period. Okay, she has day okay she resigned his job and she was looking for the opportunity. Once the 30 days is completed, she started looking to the job. Within next okay 10 to 15 days she got the job. So the notice period has reduced and she got the job within 15 days, and now she has completed notice period. And March 6th, sorry, not March 6th, April 6th, she got joined in Movite here in Chennai as a Palo Alto TAC engineer.
Okay, like will it get a preferred location? Like from Bangalore, can we get the job like Bangalore location?
That we cannot say. Okay, that depends on how okay to which company that you are giving interview. If that company is in Bangalore, you will get Bangalore. If it is in Hyderabad, you will get in Hyderabad. Okay, you will get in Chennai, you will get that Chennai location. But we cannot say and we cannot comment on that. That if you are in Bangalore, you not sure that you will get a place in the Bangalore. Okay, but we can try.
Okay. Uh, like how many days will be this course? Like duration of this course?
Duration of this course, yes, I said it will be take 25 days. Okay,
Okay.
it will cover in 20 to 21 days. If you have any okay any public holidays, okay, and if you have extending the 1 or 2 days, so it will take a minimum okay maximum, not minimum, not maximum 25 days.
Yeah, okay. Like currently I'm working in a cyber art tool
Okay, yeah.
on So, and you what you will suggest, uh, Palo Alto and the CyberArk, if you compare the both?
Yeah, if I compare the both, the Palo Alto has high visibility over the world, and Palo Alto has high market, and they will also pay very much. Okay, and you will be also having high chances. Okay, high chance in sense because everyone is using Palo Alto, so you will get easily placed in the Palo Alto.
Okay, and recently the Palo Alto and CyberArk tie-up.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Recently it got tied up, but if it is also comes under the Palo Alto only now.
o- okay, can I know the fees of what is the fee of this course?
Yeah, the fee structure also will be available here, but maybe I need to check what is exact cost of this course. So
Mm.
have you taken any internship program, or you want only a single program like Palo Alto single program?
I need the details, complete details how it work. And I didn't do any CCNA courses. I have no idea about the CCNA. So is that mandatory to CCNA courses?
It's better to have some networking knowledge, because if you know basics of knowledge like how ping works, how DNS DSP works, or how DNS works, how the routes works, how the packet will go from one device to other device. If you know that thing, it is well and good. If not, you have to go with CCNA.
Okay, if I take CCNA plus Palo Alto, so how much how many duration will be take? How many months?
CCNA will be complete in 20 to 20, like the same 20 to 25 days, and once CCNA completes, you will be added to Palo Alto. It will also take 20 to 25 days minimum. Okay, you will get 45 days to 50 days. You will complete both CCNA and Palo Alto.
Okay, sure. I'm currently in the location, Noida location. I'm
Okay.
working in Noida.
Mm.
So not able to come to physical come to Bangalore or Hyderabad branch.
Yeah,
So
no need. If you are in Noida, we will be having an online tools, right? You can practice in that online tools.
okay, okay.
Any questions?
Hello, sir. Can't we take two batches parallelly, like morning CCNA and evening Palo Alto?
Morning CCNA is going on, and
No, I
if
think
you are
it is starting from tomorrow, sir.
yeah, that's what. Okay, if you are know the CCNA concept, basic concepts, you can take parallelly. That's your interest. So at
Okay.
least I said right. If you know the basic concepts of CCNA, you can go ahead and proceed parallelly. But that's your choice, and you have to manage.
Okay. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I see some issues. In this course, Prisma also teach. Yeah, Raju, no Prisma here. Okay, only we are dealing with the firewalls, hardware firewalls, and Prisma Cloud is not okay. Covering here in this course. Okay, and Revati Krishna explain. We all also explain NAT and policy based forwarding. Yes, we are going. I'm going to explain NAT and policy based forwarding as well. In the basics, okay, fundamentals, we are going to cover both.
Karthik, is there any possibility that we will join in one batch, and if we want the repetition of classes or anything, can we join next batch also?
No,
Is it
that is not okay. We are not going to do that, but if you can go through the recording videos, okay. And if you're still not clear, you can just connect with me one by one. I'll try to clear you. But we are not encouraging. If you completed one batch and if you want another batch, we are not encouraging that. So if you go through the recording videos, if still you have any doubts, you can connect with me one by one. I'll try to clarify your doubts. Okay.
okay?
For CCNA, are they taking admissions or else it's closed
No, no,
for
no. It
tomorrow?
is still there.
Still there, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
still there. You can try to register.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sir, I have one more doubt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, actually, you are saying that after this course, we are eligible for L2 network security engineer, right?
Yes.
Suppose after, suppose we are joined one company, no, the company will give the training or just they will give the KT only. How it is?
That depends on their process. If they are giving KT, this whatever the course that you have taken, that is very much enough to to tackle
Okay.
the situation there.
Okay.
And if they are training also, that is well and good, that
Mhm.
you will get extra extra visibility to the Palo Alto firewall.
Okay. One more doubt. Suppose I'm a Tungabhadra candidate. I'm giving my resume after this course to some companies like Move,
Hmm.
and some other guys are applying from outside. So what is the difference between these two?
Yeah, actually, how it will work here means we are regularly in touch with all these move it or some. We have 13 to 15 clients we are handling here. Whenever
Okay.
they have vacancies, they are directly, instead of taking outside, they are directly reaching us and they are getting the profiles. So they are preferring more the Tungabhadra network candidates, like other than other candidates.
So without publishing the careers page, they are directly in touch with the Tungabhadra network, right?
Yes, yes, they are publishing, but first they will come up here. If the
Okay.
we are we are providing a suitable candidates to them, if still they
Okay.
are if they still they want, they are also publishing, so that they will get other candidates as well. But first preference is the Tungabhadra network only.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Karthik, you said that companies are expecting multi-vendor knowledge.
Yeah.
So, if we just learn Palo Alto and if they're expecting experience on multiple firewalls, how to tackle, and also, is there any coaching given for this cloud-based knowledge, which may be useful for
Cloud-based
industry?
instance, we are starting this AWS, so you can get that you can get that cloud-based knowledge as well. So tackling multiple firewall instance, if you learn one firewall vendor, so the you can expect the same things in the other firewall, but the approach and the CLI commands or the GUI interface, that will be a different, but everything will be, the concept will be same, so that you can handle that. That is not a problem. But once you have understand this very well, you can understand other firewall concepts as well. So because IPsec will work here in the Palo Alto, the IPsec will work on other vendors as well. The Global Protect VPN will work here, but it is not working on the other firewall, but the concept will be same. Okay, the URL filtering, it is work here, it is also working on other firewalls, but they are calling it a different name. That's it. The concept will be same, but the terminology and using of the commands and using of the interface will be a different.
Yes, yes, I understood it. But while filtering the profiles,
Mm,
if they don't see any other firewalls except firewall,
mm,
except Palo Alto,
mm.
will they reject the profiles, or we can add other
That
vendors also?
based upon your experience, in sense based upon your knowledge, you can add it. But if
Okay,
they have only the requirement for Palo Alto, they will choose your profile. If they have
okay,
a multiple vendor knowledge like Palo Alto, 40K, checkpoint as well, that at that time easily they will be going to drop your resume, because they are choosing for multiple vendors, right? So you have to go with multiple vendor knowledge there.
okay. Where there are openings more in current market, only Palo Alto or multi-vendor, or how it is?
Yeah, if they see, if you see the if they see, I can tell you more, you can see in the Palo Alto. So the
Okay,
less will be on multi-vendor in sense, only they are using only maybe Palo Alto FortiGate, not every other, right? So you at
okay,
least you will get a preferred, they will prefer Palo Alto. And if you have FortiGate also, yeah, it will be better.
okay. Even if they expect multi-vendor knowledge, in the real time, once we get a job
Hmm.
as a network security engineer, will we be able to work both on Palo Alto and FortiGate as well, or we will be
Yes.
working on a single firewall?
No, 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 you will get both.
Okay, 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 got it.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? I think it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been 1 hour 44 minutes. Yeah. Okay, if you have any questions still. Yeah. Thanks, Sandeep. Yeah. Okay, guys. If we don't have any questions, we are winding up this session here. So after this completion of this session, you will be receiving the course registration form, which the course is going to start from April 15th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you are interested, you can just go ahead and register for this course. So you can see you on April 15th at 7 p.m. Okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining. Have a good day.
Yeah, thanks, Karthik. Bye.